Never ask your pets if they can talk or if they can understand you. This story scared the fuck out of me, and I don't even have pets. Anyway, that's the title of the story, and this guy why is the dog barking right now? Anyway, this guy's at home relaxing on the couch with his dog and cat, and he's watching TV, scrolling through his phone like we all normally do. He comes across this video that was like a fun kind of video, nothing creepy, nothing spooky, where it's like you should ask your pets if they can talk or if they can understand you. He don't even finish the video where he's like, oh, I'm gonna ask my pet. So he turns the TV off. The dog was on his bed. The cat was sitting right next to the dog, but on the couch. He looks at his pets, and instead of asking them, he says, I know you can talk and I know that you understand me. He was like, you guys can't trick me. He was saying it like funny. He thought it was gonna be like a little cute moment with his dog and cat. He says that, yeah, that moment went from what he thought was gonna be funny to what the fuck is going on right now. As soon as he said that, he's looking at his dog and cat, and he says that they both turn to look at each other, turn back to look at him, and he says that they both almost give like a smile. He was in shock. He had this like insane fear that just like jolted him, and he was like, the next thing that I did was start to play with them. He's like, the tension, this like them looking at him, he thinks that he saw them smiling, and he's like, what I decided to do next was play around with them, like, haha, yeah, like this is so fun, this is so funny. No, the fuck it was not. He ends up turning the TV back on because he's like, I just want the moment to come back to where it was before. He turns the TV on. He at this point is ignoring them. He says that they finally just go back to acting, you know, normal, whatever they were doing, and everything was fine. Of course it wasn't fine, because I wouldn't be telling you the story if everything was fine. He says that a few days passed, and unfortunately some weird things were happening. When he would go to bed at night, he would start hearing almost like a human walking inside of his home. Now this part is fucking crazy, but he claims that he also observed how his cat would talk, like call out to him when he was in his room. His dog started just walking on its hind legs, just normally about the house. I mean, that wouldn't necessarily be scary if he hadn't done what he had done. He claims that things would move and that he would lose some stuff. He would get home from work and he would walk into the cat and dog sitting on the couch just staring at him. They started just acting strange. They were doing things that they had not done before. And by this point, he did explain that he was scared that he thought his dog or cat might attack him. So there was one night where he is completely asleep and he is awoken to the sound of glass shattering on the ground. Obviously, he gets up all scared and he starts to see smoke inside of the house. He comes out of his bedroom and he realizes that his entire kitchen is up in flames. He has no idea what happened in the kitchen, but what he does see is that nearby, both his cat and dog are laughing as he comes out of the room. He said that it sounded like they were making fun of him, like they were just laughing. He runs outside of the house like half naked. He starts screaming at his neighbors, screaming at people to come out because the houses are close to each other, and if his house is on fire, it's gonna catch the next door's neighbors. So he's calling everybody to come out. People were calling the police, the firefighters, and they all started to show up because the flames were getting bigger and bigger. When the firefighters got there, obviously they tried to maintain the fire so that it doesn't go to the neighbors or anywhere else. He was actually still worried because he ends up telling them, like, my dog and my cat are inside the house. Like, he's still worried about his pets. They were able to get everything under control, and they kind of saved like half of his house. Kind of goes towards the house and he tells the police and the firemen where exactly his pets were inside of the house. The firefighters tell him that when they entered, there was no animals in there. They didn't see any pets running around or anything like that. Time did pass, and they also never found like skeletal remains of pets. I think that's how you call it. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but there was never a trace of those pets being burned inside of that house. However, he also never saw his pets again. He doesn't know if they maybe escaped or maybe they did burn with the house but they didn't find them, but yeah, he never saw his pets again after that. I'm not gonna lie, like, them laughing at me as they set the house on fire wouldn't want me to have these pets back again. So I don't know, maybe that was like a blessing in disguise. But he was really worried about his pets being on fire, so I can understand that. But what the fuck, dude, this whole story is fucking crazy. What do you guys think?